Do not pay anyone to write your resume for you. Go to shiftprofile.com and we have lots of free resources, 100 action words to use on your resume and 2 different templates to respond to this commenter. Yes, if you have less than 10 years experience, you should have a 1-page resume. If it's more than that, you should have a 2-pager with an executive summary. And there are templates here on our website to use for free. Good luck.
Good news, and I've got bad news. Let me give you the bad news first, which you probably already know what it is. The bad news is that August is the worst time of year to be looking for a job. And if you've been applying right now, you know what I'm saying is true because everyone is on vacation. Kids are still out of school. No one's really back to their regular schedule yet. But it all turns around in September, and that's the good news. While you're slogging through the dog days of summer and trying to apply and trying to stay motivated to look for a job when no one is getting back to you, very soon in the next couple weeks, everyone's going to get back to work, kids are going to get back to school, and they're going to start opening all those applications that you've been sending in. So I want you to stay motivated. I want you to keep applying to jobs. I want you to keep networking and practice. Use this downtime to practice for your upcoming interviews. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real interview and a fake interview. So record yourself on your phone answering standard interview questions, because in 3 weeks, everyone's going to be scheduling you for interviews and you're going to get back to it. Use this time wisely. I promise you, the best time of year to be looking for a job is right around the corner. I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is that July and August are the absolute worst time of year to be looking for a job because everyone's on vacation and no one is hiring in the corporate world. But the good news is that September, October, and November are the best time of year to be looking for a job. Almost all corporate hiring happens in September, October, and November. So that doesn't mean that you should just not do anything right now if you're actively looking for a job. In fact, what you do right now is a great investment in what your job search is going to be like come September, October, and November. You have to apply to 10 to 15 jobs to get scheduled 1 interview, so keep applying to jobs. You need to build your network because 80% of people get jobs through their network. Not just improving your resume, but taking a class and doing things with some of this summer downtime that will make you look more attractive to hiring managers come the fall. So do all of this stuff now, because I'm telling you, September, October, and November is when everyone gets back to work after the summer holidays and hiring really gets going. For more tips on how to interview better, follow me. You can also discover your interview style. Are you a charmer, challenger, examiner, or harmonizer? By getting an Interviewology profile, use the code JULY to get it for 50% off. And you can also get my book, Interviewology, The New Science of Interviewing. Here's the most common mistake I see my clients making ahead of job interviews. They spend so much time researching the company, reading the job descriptions. Hell, they even look into the company's financials. Listen, unless you're interviewing to be the CEO, you don't need to do that much research. You don't need to go that deep on the company's financials. What you need to be doing, and listen, an interview in the simplest terms, in the most basic sense, is a set of questions about you. So yeah, you need to know the basics about the organization, but you need to know a lot about yourself. Can you answer? Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Why do you want to work here? And why are you looking to leave your current job? Spend most of your interview prep answering questions about yourself, facilitating your self-awareness. And if you need help doing that, get a Shift profile. Check out the link and follow me for more tips on how to interview better. Not do this in your next virtual job interview. You are not fooling anybody by reading a script. I know that you think you need to have these perfect answers and you have to read this and you're so nervous that you think you're going to forget your answers. When someone says, tell me about yourself, and you're just reading answers off of a screen, you sound like a weird robot and you look like you're reading. And put the shoe on the other foot. If you were interviewing someone and they gave you this robotic, weird answer and they're reading off something, you wouldn't trust them. You wouldn't feel like you got to know them. In a job interview, there is some level of vulnerability. You need to speak from the heart. The hiring manager and the recruiter needs to feel as though they really got to know you, not some weird robotic perfected version of you. That is one of the biggest red flags to them. They will pass on you. And trust me, I promise, within an organization, hiring managers all want different things. If you think that the strategy in interview prep is to just write a script and memorize it because you're going to figure out what they want to hear, they don't even know what they want to hear. They don't know what they want to hear. The only strategy when it comes to interview prep is to be yourself. An interview in the most basic sense is just a set of questions about you. The more you know yourself, the better you'll do. Ahead of a job interview, just practice these answers. Record yourself on your phone and watch it back. That is the best practice. Do not read off a script.
Here's a quick, very effective tip to look and feel more confident in job interviews. It all comes down to your body language. I've interviewed over 10,000 people, and a lot of people interview like this. They put their hands in their lap, they often look down, and they come across as, well, you tell me, what impression am I making? Do I look confident? Do I look engaged? Do I look open? Do I look capable? I don't think so. So here you go. Here's what you can do to look and feel more confident. And it's very simple. All you need to do in a job interview is sit up straight and put your hands on the table. Take up space. Have your resume, a notepad in front of you, and use the table. Everyone talks with their hands in a job interview. So don't be afraid to have them on the table and use them to emphasize your points. Because if your hands are in your lap and you talk with your hands, you just look really weird. What are you, shuffling cards under the table? Put your hands on the table and you will look and feel more confident, guaranteed. Thank you so much. Come on in, have a seat. I'm gonna get right to the point. I hate that I have to be the one to do this, but when you started with us in 2011, we weren't sure what you were going to grow into. Then in 2017, 2018, you evolved and your performance got better. But in the last 5 years, we've outgrown it. And I know COVID happened and we can't blame you for that. And there was just a natural slowdown of everything. But you're just simply not big enough for this organization. Certainly not for the future and where we're going. Effective immediately, we've already hired your replacement. Effective immediately, you're fired. Security will walk you out. Yeah, Shift Profile's gone. Come on in, Interviewology Profile. Let's talk about the future.